There we go. Welcome in. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Welcome back to the Glow Show. We're kind of hanging in there. Just jamming through the whole Christmas rush. Where is my little special? There it is. That's what I'm looking for. Need this little marble holder here to get the silver taken care of. All right, welcome in. We are rocking and rolling tonight. Hopefully y'all are ready for some marble mania. Hello, Faith. How are you? I did not see a message. What's up, Jenny? Colleen, how are you? I have not seen a message as of yet, Faith. Hi, Groves. All right. What's up, Bayo? How are you? You put the first like in. Oh, there you go. All right, tonight we are just doing some marble mania, but we're going to do it all with uranium. So technically, we could call it uranium mania. But we are definitely going to have some fun, going to knock out some cool colors. I'm going to do some colors I have not put together before. Oh, you got your package. Awesome. Yeah, package has been slow. I know people have been wondering where they're at, but they are out there. I will have to take a look at that, Faith. I can't do that online. I can't give quotes online, but I'll definitely take a look for a message. Might have went in my spam folder. What's up, Melissa? How are you? And the drawings. Which ones are you talking about, Groves? Not sure I have a drawing on there. There might have been an old one, but not current. What's up? Home Skillio. What's up? Oh, you got your mystery box. The pens? Did the pens get ordered through TikTok? All right, we're going to meld these together. We're going to use a little uranium here. This might actually look kind of cool. Fine as a frog here. There you go. Hello, Sandy. So we are building some marbles here. Yes, she said no. Yeah, I'll message you on there because I don't know what's up with that. You and Kevin's orders are a little funky at the moment, but I will message you on TikTok. I'll message you after this live stream. Where am I streaming from? Washington State. We're in the state of Washington. Where it is freezing cold right now. Icy chills. I am not warm at the moment. Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, Washington's a wonderful place. Well, hi, Gail. How are you? Yeah, the Amber Cardinal that's a one-off. There's none other like it. Yeah, the Amber Cardinal was a one-off deal. That was with the Orange Elvis. I liked it, but I don't know if I want to order any more Orange Elvis. So you got kind of a cool piece there. All right, so we're getting this just kind of situated here. This has three colors in it right now. We got the uranium in the middle, we got the red on the outside, and then the lime green on the other side. And the goal is going to be to triple layer this up and then spin it into a spiral. Oh, you're in Vancouver. Yeah, you're on the other end of the state. All right, so we got uranium, lime green, and we're going to red. Nope, uranium glass jellyfish is available. I have two of them. All right, so we're adding in the red right now. These colors are looking so close to each other, it's going to be hard to distinguish what's what. I'm hoping when they kind of cool off, y'all can see it. All right, almost there. There we go. All right, so we got red, uranium in the middle, and slime green on the bottom. Well, kind of slime. It's more like an ectoplasm green. Okay, we're going to squish that. Kind of gives it that UFO look to it, or a mushroom, whatever you want to call it. Yes, definitely message for pricing. Website is preferable. The glasses are super nice. I agree. I spent a lot of money on them. I spent a ton of money on them. They're all custom done. All right, so now we got to change it to a 90-degree angle. Well, kind of 90, close to it. And then we snap it off. What's up, Charlie? Creative, how are ya? We are doing Marble Mania tonight. So we got the red, a little band of uranium there, and then the lime green on this side. Now we're going to create a spiral. This is the cool part right here. We're going to create a bunch of different versions and different patterns, kind of have some fun, go over how things are made. Every single marble will have uranium incorporated in it. So it'll be going into the Vault series. All right, so we got to heat right in that middle section. You can see I'm heating here. Thank you. I'm glad your Cardinal got there. All right, so this next step is the important part. We're going to stretch it out like that. So we just took that and stretched it way out. Now we got color, color, and a little band of color in the middle. So basically 2 sides of color with a little tiny band in the middle. And this is how we get the little spiral going. So when I heat it back up and I start pushing it back together into a round form, it will automatically start creating a spiral effect. This method is so simple, but back when I was learning this, there was no one to show me how to do it. I thought you had to draw all the lines on here. This was a pain in the butt to figure out, because there was no YouTube or anything to have as a reference, and nobody was sharing information on this type of stuff. It was like the forbidden thing to tell anybody. What's up, Jingles? All right, so now we got the little spiral going through. I got to let it cool off for a second. And you can definitely see the 2 colors bouncing through there. There is a third color, a little band of uranium. But that's how we get the little spiral in there. You ever see those really kind of cool marbles with big bands of color running through? It's one version of how it gets done. Then we just start shaping it into a marble. In order to do that, we're going to use this little graphite plate down here. And the reason we use graphite is because graphite does not stick to glass. It's one of the things that won't stick. Graphite and tungsten. Use this mold real quick. So we'll be doing some various sizes of marbles too. We're going to change it up. All different styles, all different spectrums, different colors. No 2 marbles will be the same tonight. So if you want to stick around and watch some marbles being made, this is going to be fun. We're going to be doing a whole bunch of different techniques. And again, no 2 are going to be even close to the same. It'll be an interesting night. No, my mom didn't know how to do it. She didn't know this process. All right, there we are. So we're going to bring it, let it settle, and you're going to start to see this spiral start to take shape in here. Hopefully. Are you coming in? Yeah, you're coming in. And then we're going to bring it in, and it's just creating this wonderful color. I wasn't sure about these 2 colors, and I'm still not. This is kind of a candy apple red and lime green. 2 colors I wouldn't normally put together. But I thought, what the heck? We'll try it anyway. And it has a little tiny band of uranium running through there. So we do a small little punty right there. Then we're going to burn all this off and round it up. Send you one if you watch for $34.95. I'll send you one. All right, here we go. The watching is just a bonus. And there we go. Now we're going to start getting this section round too. Have I done hot gloss? Yeah, look behind me. Okay, so this time we just have to get it rounded. And you got to let gravity do most of it. If I try and force it into the graphite mold, it'll actually end up messing up the lines. Just kind of let it flow. Hi, Christy. How are you? Yeah, it's been crazy. I'm so happy to see you, Christy. TikTok's been a little weird. I think I got it fixed, though. Last night, my screen started flooding in and out like it was weird. It was trippy, but for about 5 seconds, and then I had to shut it down and restart it. It was the weirdest thing. All right. This is a tiny marble, so this isn't a big one. We're going to go a little bit bigger on the next one. And I think we're all good. Yeah, it's looking good. We are going to be making marbles tonight. We're doing all kinds of cool marbles. I'm going to be changing up patterns, variations, sizes, so no two will be the same tonight. Yeah, we're doing good, Christy. Thank you for asking, and I hope you're doing well, too. Okay, I got a magnetic. All right, let's see if we can see what this thing looks like. There we go. I don't know if you can see that kind of candy apple effect on it right now, that reddish candy apple. My glasses are preventing me from seeing that. But two weird colors. I think it looks good. We'll see how it looks when it cools off. I know it's Marble Mania. Then this is one of my favorite little tools. This is the marble holder. Oh, thank you, CJ. All right, we're going to come through and snap. Christy, thank you for the sparklers. I think those look, wow, they're coming up right near the uranium glass. Look at those sparklers go at the uranium glass. Sorry, you guys are missing TikTok. That looks cool. What's up, L to the B? That, I couldn't have placed that better. All right, so there we have the little marble. This is a tiny one, just kind of my warm-up marble. We'll get a little more complicated now. Have I done twisted candy canes? Of course. I probably twisted more candy canes than I want to twist. That doesn't sound right. I don't know, I might have a candy cane around here. Actually, I do have a candy cane. I'm going to grab it. Hold on. We're going to grab the candy cane. I have one over here that I just absolutely love. And I never got to put it up on Etsy or for sale. So this is a one-of-one candy cane at the moment. Uh-oh. What did I do? My speakers. Crap. There. It is freezing. Those sparklers were cool. Thank you so much, Christy. Faith, thank you. But look at that. So this candy cane has the little leaves and the holly on it, and the leaf is the actual hook. I know this is a hair tie, but that's the only thing I could find at the moment to hang it from is a hair tie. So I didn't have any hangers, so I had to use a hair tie. If you guys want to see my self-portrait that I did, I am pretty awesome at self-portraits. Go ahead and hit 1 in the chat. I made a self-portrait of myself. And then this is the item we did last night. This is the pen and pen holder we did last night with the hummingbirds. And this has the pen. I think I'm going to redo the pen, though. The bee looks really cool, but it's not sitting right in here. It's kind of drooping down, and I kind of need to fix that. I don't know. But it's kind of a cool piece. I like it. The bee pen is really cool, but yeah, and it's got a lot of uranium in it. Oh, we got some ones coming across. Okay, I'll show you in a self-portrait before we Before we get going on the next marble, because the next marble may take a little bit. So you have to bear in mind that you'll recognize me, but I was very young, so it might be a little hard to distinguish between now and then, because I was a lot skinnier back then. And here's the self-portrait of me when I was really, really young. You can tell by the hairstyle. Same hairstyle. It's looking good. I think I look pretty good there. I think this is when I looked the best. I was fast, skinny, had a good sense of direction. Yeah. So that's my self-portrait when I was very, very, very young. All right, let's make a cool marble. What do y'all say? We're going to do the next marble off of tubing. We're going to make a tubing marble. What size do I want to use? We'll use this one. I know it's the same hair. That's what I'm saying. You tell me the resemblance wasn't awesome. What a gift I have. You know what? I do consider it a gift. And it was given to me by my mother. This is my job. 100%. 100% my job. Would that make it hollow? Nope. We're going to make a marble off of tubing. There are many ways of doing marbles. This is just a different one. Is it hot? Nope. The flame is hot. I am not. I'm going to have a hell of a lot of fun tonight. So if you guys want to stick around and hang out, we're going to have a great time. Thank you, Michael. All right, here we go. My sense of humor can be a little bit off. So we're going to do this a little bit differently tonight. Normally I'd do the tubing by blowing a big old ball out of it. We're going to change it up though. Mom's doing good. Thank you for asking. Yeah, I love a little quirky sense of humor. I'll never offend anybody. Not that type of sense of humor, but like I could never do what Matt Rife does. I know he's not meant to be like directly mean to anybody, but man, I just couldn't do it. He's funny as heck. Matt Rife is probably on my top 3 lists right now, but I just couldn't do what he does. All right, so we're gonna pop this off a little bit. We got to open this up. Ooh, I actually have a really good idea for this. Get off. All right, so we got to open this all the way up now. If I was a tool. And here we go. All right, we're going to seal this end off, because if I don't do it, it's going to come back and bite me. All right, so next thing is we're going to flare this open. Don Rickles was really funny, but like I said, I couldn't do that type of comedy for me personally, but I appreciate the people that can. All right, so we got to flare this open. It doesn't have to be really pretty. It just has to be flared open. Like that. Doesn't have to be really pretty right now. Just has to be open. So this is one of the ways we could do marbles. We're going to take a little uranium glass. We're going to squiggle it first. Gas is not expensive. It's oxygen and propane. Relative for what I burn up, it is not expensive. All right, so we got to thin this out a little bit. This is, technically I should have done this ahead of time, but we're just going to work on the fly. Burn it off there. So this technique is called inside out. It is exactly what it sounds like, inside out. Now, if you're new to glass or you have not done this before and you are a glass blower, I highly suggest you wear a glove when attempting this for your very first couple times, or at least a month. Because if you move your hand the wrong way, you're going to get burned. But having done this a few times, I'm pretty sure I'm good to go. So we start on the inside and we just start drawing on the inside of the tube. Now you're probably wondering, why do it on the inside here? And the main reason is it's going to create a 3D effect everywhere I'm putting these lines. It's going to like 3D raise it, like it's 3D printed on the inside, kind of. And it is a really cool effect. All right, we're going to take some white and add it in there. Same thing. So what a weird way to do marbles, though, right? Take a piece of tubing and make marbles off it. Is it a lightsaber? Nope. If it was a lightsaber, I'd be out doing naughty things. I'd be doing a whole bunch of illegal stuff. If this was a lightsaber. I can guarantee you this, nobody would have a parking ticket in the major cities that I was in. I'd put on a Jedi cape or a Sith cape, and I'd run down the streets of the major city cutting all the heads off parking meters, especially for Christmas. Just lightsabering every parking meter head off. All right, so we're going to add some white in here. So again, this technique is called inside out because working it on the inside. And the danger is if you move your hand the wrong way, you're going to end up with a nasty little burn. All right, we're almost done. So we got squiggles of white, we got squiggles of uranium. And the next trick is we're going to fume it with some gold. We got a little bit of gold nugget on this rod. So we're going to take this and we're going to pop some gold on the inside of this. So this is what it looks like raw. This is pre-gold. We're going to fire it in now. This part is really cool. This is called gold fuming. And hopefully my gold doesn't fly off. It tends to want to fly off. So what's going to happen is I'm going to superheat this gold nugget, and it's going to turn to a vapor. That vapor is going to get carried by the flame from this rod all the way to the tubing on the inside. And it's going to coat the inside of the tubing with gold. And it's going to look very shiny at first. But by the time we're done, that gold will be kind of pinky. So this is one of the materials you use for pink glass. Lots of purples too. Oh yeah. So now we got gold all on the inside. You can see it just coated the inside of that tubing, and we have this amazing gold color. No functional. There's so much functional out there, I don't want to even begin to make it. There's like not a lack of variety out there. I don't feel like I would contribute anything beneficial to the industry. I don't have a problem with the industry. I just don't think I'd benefit it. All right, so now we're making a marble. The next step is we're going to take this tube and we're going to collapse it back down. We're going to take it from this disc and shrink it back down. I'm going to come to this side so maybe I could show you fast. So I can just kind of bounce it back and forth quicker. Doesn't matter which hand I hold it with. This is almost starting to look like a witch's hat. See? We're getting there. And we're just shrinking it all the way down. So now when we go to make this marble, all those little squiggles will be on the inside of the marble. And it should look pretty cool. Sometimes it can go a little wonky. Thank you, Christy, for those those sparklers are perfectly timed with this bowl. Perfectly placed. Christy, thank you so much. I can't believe that it's perfect like that. All right, so we do have to close this off. So now we're going to seal this tube back up. And everybody always asks, what happens if you inhale on the hot glass? You're about to see. So as long as this tube is completely sealed, when you pull the air out, you will not feel it. If there was an open hole, I'd be going to the emergency room. But while the glass is hot and you pull the air out, you won't feel a thing. What's up, Red Squeak? All right, so now we got all that tubing sealed off. Little squiggles running through there. We're going to bring it in, and we're just going to pull the air out now. Instead of blowing the glass, we're going to suck it in. And it's going to remove all the excess air in there, collapse this tube down, and give us a really nice 3D effect. Just got to be really careful when I do it. I don't want to trap any air in there. All right, here we go. We're going to pull the air out. And all done. And that's it. Now, I'm going to let it cool for a second. Normally, I'd get rocking with it. But I want you to see what happens with all those lines that get squiggled in there and the 3D effect. There was potential for a bad injury there if you're not careful. Correct. All right, so I'm going to bring this here. I'm going to hopefully get it in front of the camera enough. And I'm hoping you can kind of see those little 3D squiggles in there. There. And you can definitely see the gold color bouncing through there and a little uranium. So now there's no more air left in there. And this is where we start making the magic happen. Let's grab a... Yeah, we'll use you. All right, let's get this going. Can I fix a broken bowl for stick it back? You might be able to. I wouldn't. Not unless you have a kiln that you can temper it with. Oh, thank you, Colin. I appreciate that. How long did it take me to learn? I'm a little different because I grew up with it. So for me to say how long it took to learn is different than someone that kind of just started picking it up at a different age. Most people start picking it up right around the 16 to 20 year age. I've had people in their 70s start, but yeah. For me, it's a little different because I did grow up with it. I had a distinct advantage for learning. All right, so we're going to pull this tubing off. We got to do it the hard way. This part's kind of cool. See this little section here? It's going to get kind of funky. What's up, Diamondback? All right, here comes the funky. Y'all ready for funky? We're doing funky. There we go. Now we have no more tubing on there. And then we just have to seal that little end off right there. A little bit of funky there. Nope, there is no AI. Zero AI. Unless you're calling me artificially inflated, which I am a little big. Are you calling me artificially inflated? I hope not. I'd take it personal. All right, here we go. Oh, that's awesome, Jeff. A little gassy? Yeah, a little bit like that. All right, let's turn this thing into an amazing marble. What do y'all say? There we go. All right, we're going to make this thing into an amazing marble. The focus is going to be on just all the color that's in the center. We want to add a lot of clear to the outside and encase this thing up and just make it look really awesome. We're going to turn a little bit of a spiral in there. Little tiny one. All right, there we go. Got a tiny, tiny spiral. Then we're going to magnify it. And here we go. All right, we're going to separate it there. While I have a moment, I will take the time while I'm melting this down and show you what my glasses do. I actually cleaned this. This is a material that my glasses, the lenses in my glasses are made out of. This is called didymium. Didymium filters out certain spectrums. So I'm going to turn this down just a little bit so you can see the full spectrum of what it does. All right, notice how bright that is. We're going to take the lens in front of it and poof. And back out. Back in. Magic. It's like the magic mirror on Romper Room. It's magic. There we are. So that is the material my glasses are made of. Oh, thank you for watching, Moon. I appreciate it. I know, that was cool, right? That's what I'm saying. Yeah, so that is called didymium. The glass is called didymium. You can also find it under ACE. I think it's ACE 202 is another form of it. They use a lot in camera filters, like ND type filters on cameras. I think they call it color correcting. They put some fancy term on it for a camera lens or a camera filter. It's like, nope, that's just a didymium lens. Nothing special. All right. So we're going to use this here. This is a graphite mold. Graphite is one of the materials that the glass will not stick to. So you can use it as a mold and start spinning it all up in there. And it helps shape the marble. Have you ever made a lens for eyeglasses? No, I have not. That would be something I would not do. Even though I could temper the glass super, super durable, I would not be happy about making something for eyeglasses and having someone get hurt. I do have my boundaries. I have, if there's a potential for someone getting hurt from my glass, I won't do it. That's exactly what I wanted right there. So if there's a potential for anybody getting hurt from something I make, I won't make it. Okay, so now we got the little goofy spiral going on in there, the inside out. Let's add a bunch of clear on here, and this marble is looking actually pretty fantastic. I'll show you before we get too far. Let's show you the pre-marble. Because you can really see into it right now. Sorry, I'm a little slow at this because I want you all to get the full effect. All right, so here we go. And now you can kind of see the inside in there, all the little squiggles, the little spiral that's happening. And there's some uranium and some gold. And now we're going to twist it up. Let's do it. You want a big marble with deep UV swirls? I can definitely do that. Golf ball size? This is golf ball right there. How much fuel do I go through? Not much. My dog probably lets off more gas than I go through in fuel. How do you buy that marble? You message me and say, I want to buy that marble. Or you just type in the chat and say dibs. Uranium doesn't glow green? Yes, it does. All right, here we go. What a bad troll. Do I ever use selenium? Sometimes. Sometimes we do. All right, here we go. Just adding a little more clear on here. Give it a little kiss right there. The glasses definitely cut down the flame. I'm going to show you all again what they do. So right now we got this BB-8 looking thing going on. But we're going to reshape it. We're going to grip it here So I'm going to show you two versions of the flame. So this one is the larger flame that we have going on. I'm going to drop this in. You're going to see that it cuts out quite a bit. But when we cut down the smaller flame, it definitely shows the difference here. So you can see that and then pop it away. So that's how my glasses are cutting down the glare. This is the most effective way of showing it. I would love to have a filter on there permanently, but then all you'd see is purple. Can you do UV Galaxy? Yes, I have a UV Galaxy marble nearby. I definitely have a UV Galaxy. So now we just have to get it in shape. Yeah, Didymium School. So I am going to be doing horizontal live streams. So if you want to, if you're on YouTube and you want to subscribe, I'll have horizontal live streams going probably tomorrow. And one of the cameras will have a Didymium filter over it. So I have 3 cameras going. One of them will have the Didymium. And that's the nice thing about the horizontal. I can pop 3 different cameras on there. I have more room. Oop, got my tool in the way. Hold on. That wasn't good. All right, let's start shaping this up. There you go. And here we go. We're looking good. So now I just have to get the other side to balance out and turn this into a full-blown marble. I try to get them as perfect as possible, but sometimes they might be 0.5 millimeter off. But I do try to get them as close as possible. Hopefully you guys got a nice view. I tried placing the marble mold in a good position so you can see it while I'm spinning it in there. All right, now we got to flip it around to the other side and get this rounded out. Yeah, you're going to be a little short. I should have started off with better punties. I'm located in Washington State. I can make beads. So a little tiny punty there. And this side's kind of egg-shaped, so we got to fix it. There we go. I am on the hunt to go have a coffee with Bigfoot. We have so many coffee stands here. If I find Bigfoot, I'm taking Bigfoot to a coffee stand. We even have bikini baristas here. Maybe I'll take Bigfoot to a bikini barista. That'd trip him out, right? Or maybe Bigfoot's a her. I don't know. I can't imagine. Can you imagine taking Bigfoot to a bikini barista? For those of you who don't know, Washington has bikini baristas in their coffee stands, drive-through. And it's something they're known for. We're out in Washington, all over. I'm past Seattle. Seattle's definitely known for the coffee. In my area, you can't go more than 2 or 3 miles without hitting a coffee stand. I guess that could be a second career for me. I could be a coffee barista. Independent Minds, thank you for the party blowers. Thank you. Appreciate that. Nope, flame does not make the room hot. I wish it did, because my butt is cold as heck right now. It's freezing outside. And while my upper body's warm, my butt is cold. Sorry for the too much information, the TMI there, but you asked. Am I by Orcas Islands? No. I am, how would I don't have an island, really. No, we're up by the Marysville area. I am 1 mile from the Sound, though. Sorry, this is not rounding out real well. I'm 1 mile from the Sound, and we live on a happy little lake here. It's my Bob Ross Lake, my happy little lake. All right, that is looking pretty round. She's spinning up good. What's up, Dragonfly? How you doing? Yes, we definitely had topless. Well, not really well, I wouldn't call it topless. They wear these little pasty things, I think. Are they pasties? I don't know what the heck they're called. I have no idea what they're called. All right, so we got this cool looking marble. So we did this with tubing. On the inside, we did all tubing to color this. I'm going to bring out the flashlight here, and we're going to give it a little bit of an enhancement so you can kind of see. We gold fumed the inside, so it has a little bit of that golden hue to it. And it's just a funky little twisty marble that will glow really, really nice with uranium. Kind of has this little spiral in the middle, too, up there. It'll be a nice uranium marble. And then this is my favorite tool. This is made by Dragonfly Creation, like that. Dragonfly makes these amazing tools. So if you're a glassblower and you want to know where to get the tool, contact Dragonfly. Be careful, don't burn myself. I will be very, very, very careful just for you. I promise you I'll be super, super duper careful. All right, we got to smooth that out and let it sit for a second. Yeah, I promise I'd never do anything so crazy like get really close to the fire, ever. No, at all. I will be super careful just for you. All right, there we go. Yeah, Dragonfly makes these tools. They're amazing. So I'm going to show you something really cool, though, since I have it here. We're going to bring this marble out. I'm actually going to pop it into the tool here. So this is the uranium marble. See how it's nice and glowy like that? This one was also done on the inside out, and then hit it with the light, and you can see all the colors bouncing through there. Like that. Oop, there. So this was done on tubing as well. This is one of my favorite style. This is a trippy, trippy marble. Surprised this one hasn't sold. And then this one is also uranium. So you can see the effects of it right there. This also has kind of amber purple, some greens. Total trip looking marble. Yeah, Dragonfly makes these tools. If you are a glassblower and you do not have that tool, you are missing out. You are 100% missing out. Do I ever make paperweights? Yeah, I can just take a marble and flatten it. How much is this torch? $4,631 plus shipping. All right, let's do some cool marble. Oh, you know what? We're going to use this. I forgot about this. This is a smoky quartz color. It is a color I don't know where the hell I got it from. But it is a smoky quartz looking color. It's like a black green, and it glows under black light a little bit. We're going to use that. We're going to make a marble with it. Nope, I'm not spending a lot of money on propane at all. Oh my God. Boyo. Big shout out. Thank you so much for the membership. Boyo, appreciate you. Yep. Big shout out. All right, so we're going to use this. We're going to add some uranium to it. And I don't know, I'm probably going to do some white on there. This might actually look really good as a triple color. So we're going to use the smoky quartz, we're going to use uranium, and we're going to use white. And we're going to see what it does. My sunshine, thank you for the jewels. I appreciate it. What's the price on the one I just finished? $35. I don't price my stuff super, super expensive. I'd rather get it in the hands of people and let them enjoy it than sit there and hoard it like Lord of the Rings, my precious. I know a lot of glass people that hoard their stuff. They're like, no, can't buy it. It's my precious. And that's with everything. So we're going to do some uranium here. And trust me, 35 with uranium glass in it is not a bad price. This stuff is $150 a pound. All right. Got a little bit of a little marble there. So this is about the same size as the uranium marbles we have in here. These little tiny uranium marbles. Lots of them. Yeah, I don't know what this color is. It's like a smoky quartz. It's trippy. Love the snowman ornaments? Oh, thank you. Yeah, I like the snowman too. So what's in the flame tonight? A little bit of glass, a little bit of love, occasionally a bug or two. Sometimes we get a little moth to the flame going. I did order some marshmallows. So we're going to do a marshmallow roast. If we hit certain goals, I will roast a marshmallow in the fire. So I'm waiting for the marshmallows to come in. We will probably do that this week. We'll set a goal, and if we hit the goal, I will roast a gigantic marshmallow. Jellyfish is in the house. All right, there is the smoky quartz. We got the uranium. And then we're going to add white to the end here. I think it'll look good. I've got 2 jellyfish available. And this is the pen and pen holder we did last night. It came out fantastic. I just don't like the pen. I'm going to remake a pen for it, so whoever gets this will get a second pen with it. But this is the pen and pen holder. It's all UV reactive, see? But I'm going to make a second pen with it because this bee is hanging kind of funky. So I'm going to put a bee up high. This one's just kind of funky right now. I made all the uranium balls. Yes, Faith. I shouldn't have said uranium balls. I have uranium balls. kidding, man. Sorry, I'm in a spicy mood tonight. I am in a spicy mood. Can I do a distillish pelican? I don't know what that is. I would have to look that up before I could say yes. I will tell you, I'm one of the few glassblowers out there that, you know, if I can't make something, I will just tell you I can't make it. I won't try. But I probably know someone that can, and I'll just refer you over. You know, I think one of the biggest mistakes you can make as a glass artist is claiming to make everything. Yep, uranium. That's right, Jingles. I got uranium balls. All right, that if I ever do merchandise, I think I'll make that into merchandise, a merch. Got uranium. All right, so we got to put some white on here. Yep, that's what I'm talking about. Shirts, merchandise. Yeah, these are the meta glasses. I had them completely fitted with didymium lenses. Best move ever. You want to know why it's the best move? Because I can do this. Hey, Meta. Whoop, maybe the battery's dead. Hey, Meta. Nope, battery's dead. My live is restricted. It redirects purchase products outside of TikTok. This live is live feed. Oh, TikTok's mad at me again. Oh, well. I just made TikTok mad. Christy, thank you so much for the sparklers. I know, it was not the first time I made TikTok mad. Diamond uranium balls, that's right. Did it make the thing behind me? I sure did. Not with this, though. That was a whole different setup. That was done in a hot shop. Well, it said I was directing people off of TikTok, which I don't think I was, but maybe I was. Oh, you didn't even show up? I didn't even show up, Red Squeak? Yeah, they're pretty pissed at me. That's okay, though. I'm going to keep trucking through TikTok. You guys aren't getting rid of me yet. All right, so we got to flatten this out. Ooh, we're going to go over here. So this is what I call the UFO stage. Maybe we'll make a UFO, too. So we get it halfway kind of flattened a little. So we got the white at the top, we got the uranium in the middle, and then we got the smoky quartz on the other side. So I'm going to take another punty. We're going to go to the other side, and we're going to squish it down. This is where we're going to get that UFO look. And then we're going to get a beautiful spiral off of this. Really, Red Squeak? That's weird. All right, so we're going to flatten this end out too. This is that smoky quartz. It's a trippy color. I kind of like it. I did end up getting a POV camera, so I am going to strap a POV camera either to my head or to my chest and start recording POV long form because my glasses will only record 3 minutes. So we're going to try a long form POV from my view here and see how it works. Yeah, they don't want people to even have links, I know. All right, so there's kind of our little UFO look. So we attach a 90-degree angle. 90. Yeah, it's tanking me right now on TikTok. Yeah, it took I think we're at like 500 people and now it's at 83, which is fine. Their loss. I had a little nub of, I think I got black frit in there. I wasn't quite sure. All right, I am out of punties. Please tell me you're at least a semi-decent. There we go. So we got the black, the smoky quartz, the uranium, and then the white. You might be able to catch a little glimpse of that uranium. Kind of has like a greenish brown glow to it. Yeah, the numbers are dropping like crazy. They do that to me all the time. It's okay. What was the cause for the slowdown? They said I was directing people off of TikTok. But whatever. Propane and oxygen. If you guys really want to put it to them, come join me on YouTube. We'll really get it to them. If you're on TikTok and you want to join me on YouTube, come join me. The views are nice over here. And there's no limitations on chat. All right, so we got to hit this middle and we're going to stretch it out. So we're going to bring it, and then this is how we're going to start to get that spiral. We got to stretch it. This would actually make a really cool pendant too, but we're making marbles. Run Marblelicious tonight. Everything I'm doing marble-wise will have uranium in it. All right, so we stretched it out. There is your white side, uranium in the middle, and smoky quartz on the other side. Now, as we start popping it together and pushing it back into a marble shape, it will automatically start to twist. And it's going to create an amazing spiral. This is one of the cool things about marbles is you have an unlimited amount of designs. Yep, TikTok is forcing people out of my chat. Correct. Out of my live stream. That is correct. All right, here we go. I think TikTok's just mad because I wouldn't do the bull crap that's required to become a live pro. Because to become a live pro on TikTok, you got to do some shady stuff. Not all of them. Not all of them. Just, I would say about 50% of the live pros are shady as hell on TikTok. All right, so now we got that spiral going. And you can see all the colors melded through. That almost looks like candy. Doesn't it look candy-ish? Looks like candy. Gilded Misfits, what's up? What's up, Jojo? How are you doing? I appreciate it, Faith. All right, so now we're going to shrink all this back into the marble. This is kind of how you get those really cool looking designs in it. This is like one of my favorites, one of the most basic designs, but it's also one of my favorite. It reminds me of the old marbles that had like a white base to them, or I used to call it a bumblebee. It was like a black and yellow marble that had this big swath of color running through it. And I had this one, I called it the bumblebee. Doing okay? Well, that's good, Jojo. What's up, Georgia? All right, so now we got to meld it in. I'm not going to push it too much because I don't want to distort those lines. But we're starting to get the really cool spiral going. You can see it starting to form. We're going to bring the didymium filter back out. And again, this is what my glasses look like through my eyes. This is the filter that I use. I have one extra layer on it too. But you can see it cuts out majority of that bright fire like that. Kind of allows you to see into it, kind of like an X-ray. Happy little filter right there. I should get a stand. I wonder if I could make a stand for this right here. And then I could just pop the stand on every once in a while. I wouldn't have to hold it like a toll bridge. You collect marbles? Awesome. It looks like from Elden Ring. Oh, I like that. All right, let's get this shaped out. It's getting a little funky on me. Actually, I'm going to come over here and kind of get it a little bit more shaped. The next marble we're going to do, we're going to incorporate pure silver. We're going to silver fume it, and it's going to look awesome too. So no two marbles tonight are going to be the same. As we go through, every marble is going to be different tonight. We're just going to kind of mix it up because we can. Thank you, Jenny. I appreciate that. It is Marble Mania Monday. L to the B's here too. Yes. I don't know why, but this looks very much like candy right now. This particular set of colors, it looks like a candy. A nougat. That's it. Nougat. It looks like a nougat. My God, it really does. I'm going to name this one the nougat. I can't spell nougat, but I'm going to name it nougat. Being dyslexic is a problem. I can't spell nougat. Renee, thank you so much. D. Martini, Dr. Martini, thank you so much for the jewels. How hot is the flame? 3,800 to 4,000 degrees. How do you spell nougat? I don't know. Being dyslexic, you know, I will give you a little personal secret here about being dyslexic and my level of dyslexia. The number one word that I hate to try and spell and identify is only. Every time I put that word down, it looks wrong to me. I have no idea why. Can't tell you. But the word only drives me insane. It always looks wrong, no matter what. Yeah, it's got a little heat to it. It's 3,800 degrees Fahrenheit. If it was Celsius, I'd be roasting. Yeah, if it was Celsius, I'd be a little hot. All right, so we got this little nougat waffle looking thing going. It does look like nougat, though. I'm serious. I'm going to name this marbled nougat. Uranium nougat. You're not dyslexic? Only does look wrong to me. Used to have a 1 kilogram marble. That's a big old marble. How does it smell? Nothing. It doesn't have a smell. The only smell that happens is when my dog comes in here and lets it loose. Like if I fed him bad food and he comes in here, oh, it's bad. I had a giant schnauzer that passed away, Luna. Luna could definitely clear the shop out. And she'd come in here and just do it to annoy me, like make fun of me. Luna would come in here, let it loose, and that was her sign of she either wanted to go play ball or like wanted a treat. I know Fritz isn't as bad as Luna, but he's getting there. Yeah, Fritz can definitely have it. What's my version of dyslexia? Do you scramble sentences? I do. I scramble sentences. If I take a credit card over the phone, I have to repeat the credit card back to the customer 3 times. So yeah, but I will tell you the other hand, I believe the dyslexia is also what made me ambidextrous. So I don't care what hand I'm spinning with, I can go either side equally as well. I can write my name with both hands at the same time. So I can sign 2 documents at once with both hands. So there's a plus and a minus. Marble with a pink ribbon in the middle for breast cancer. Yes, that would actually be cool. I wouldn't be very good at that one, but I do know someone that would be very good. That is Penthouse Pew. He could probably do the ribbon in there and implode it very well. I'm not good at marble implosions yet. All right, this marble has a gigantic gap in it. I'm trying to work it out. There's there's a ridge where there's a canyon of glass that's not sealed yet. I'm trying to get that worked out. I know you probably can't see it, but it's there. All right, I think we got it. I'll show you how I spot it. Make a big marble. You got an hour? Because that's about what it takes me to do a big marble. All right, I'm going to show you what I look at when I start making marble. So, see the lights reflecting off the ceiling and off the side? What I'm looking for are any waves off that marble. As I'm rotating it around, if I notice these gigantic waves flying through there, then I know that it's not round. Like right there, there is one. Right at that white section, right there, there's a little wave. So that's what I'm watching for. I'm watching for the marble to kind of go, these little waves. And then when I spin it, if there are no waves, then it's round. I did not come up with that technique. That is from a very, very fantastic marble maker named Kevin O'Grady. He taught me that little trick a long time ago. Probably one of the best marble makers I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, we are doing marbles tonight. All right, I think we're good. I think this marble's ready to go. I'm going to shine the light on it. Yeah, Kevin O'Grady is amazing. Christy, I'm so glad to have seen you. Thank you. I was actually going to message you and make sure you're okay. But now I've seen you, so you're all good. All right, so we're going to bring this out. I'm going to shine the light on it, and here we go. Oh, how about the regular light? So we got the uranium in there. It's kind of that olive green color right now. We got the white, and then we got that smoky quartz going. Got a nice little funky spiral. The colors are looking fantastic. So it should glow really, really bright green when the uranium cools down. While it's hot, it does not glow. And then this is Dragonfly's tool right there. Then we take it and pop it. And let it cool off for a second. Because inevitably, it will roll in the kiln on the hot spot and create a little dent. How do you spell neon marble UFO? I don't know. All right, I'm good with that. I will show you, I do have some larger marbles over here. I think I got two spacey ones. Yep, we definitely have two spacey marbles. There we go. So this marble is one of my little spacey marbles. I'm going to try and angle it towards the camera. Probably have to do it this way. Come back, my little child. All right, so this is a spicy marble. Now, it doesn't look like much right there with the black light, but we're going to shine a light on it, and we're going to change the effect of it. So now you can see the little space galaxies running through it. Hopefully you can. Try and angle it just a little more there. So that is the spacey marble with a little galaxy. Try and pop it from behind. Nope, not showing up. And then the second one does have uranium in it. This one is absolutely amazing. It's got like a double galaxy in it. So you can see a double galaxy running in there. But then it also has the uranium in it. You can see the green glow behind it. Oh, that's the laser. So it has a little uranium in the back end of it. Let me grab the other black light. Oh, this sucker's running out of battery. Sorry. It's dying. Yeah, this definitely has uranium running through it. But I like this version of it. And then it's got a cool back end. Like that. So it has just this trippy little back end to it. Like that. There's a sideways. But those take a while to make. They are not super fast. Put you back up there. We'll leave this one out. Okay. Next. We're going to do silver fume marble with uranium. Please tell me I have blue. Perfect. All right, we're going to take cobalt and we're going to make a spacey marble with silver fume. Do I do glass jars like the one behind me? Nope. I have no idea. My Meta glasses just turned on. Hey, Meta, record. Ah, now we can record. We're going to do a little POV here with the Meta glasses. Say hi in chat if you want to be visual on my Meta glasses, because I'm going to post this tomorrow with a little video. Say hello. And then you will see your chat via Meta. Okay, so we're going to grab this and we're going to push it into a little bit of a ball shape. This one's going to be a bigger marble, so this is not going to be tiny. There you go. Everybody's saying hello, and now you're going to be seen on my Meta glasses on my feed. What's up, Janae? How are you? I did make the chandelier, correct. All right, so we're going to need a little more heat for this. Just temporarily. We're going to actually have to use the big flame. It's not any hotter, it is just bigger. And it looks cool. I didn't realize how red my face looks with this flame. Hey, Meta, stop recording. Of course, Janae. Love saying hi. Yeah, just a little flame. It's a baby flame. I think it'll roast a marshmallow. Burnt, thank you so much. All right, a little bit more to go. So this process is going to be really cool. We're going to take this cobalt, we're going to build it up into about a 1.5 inch, maybe 2 inch marble. And then we're going to coat it with silver. We're going to literally vaporize silver over the whole thing. And then we're going to trap that silver with clear glass and some uranium. And it's going to create these little kind of patterns wherever the silver is trapped. Actually, we're going to do a different version of it today. I have an idea. We're flying by the seat of our pants again. Unscripted. We are going unscripted again. All right, Faith. I will look out for your message too. All right, we're going completely unscripted. All right. So there is the cobalt. Bayo, thank you for the sun balloon. Who else said something? Tiffany, thank you so much for the jewels. I appreciate it. All right, here we go. This is the cool part. We're going to add some silver. I think I got enough on here. So there is silver on the end of this rod. A little tiny nougat of silver. See, I said nougat again. Deb, I'm doing fantastic. We are making some funky marbles. We are on Marble Mania. Every marble I do tonight will have uranium in it. Every single one of them. All right, so this is, if you have not seen this before, stick around for the next 2 or 3 minutes. This process is amazing. If you have not seen it before, it is worth waiting for. So there's the cobalt, okay? Very dark. The silver. The silver is going to superheat in the flame, and the flame is going to carry it onto the cobalt glass up here. And it's just going to fly through the flame and just attach itself up here. Hey, Meta, record. Okay, so this is the silver fuming. We're going to put it on pretty heavy right now. Bring it out. Let that set. So right now it just left a kind of funky looking burnt metal on it, but wait. Now we have a different looking silver coating to it. Kind of looks like a brushed metal. I'm going to bring the flashlight over. I love this so much. I'm going to show you all. I just have to do it. Look at that. See how it looks like brushed metal a little bit? Has that silver tone to it, little greenish. That's the silver on there. All right, next step, we are going to encase that silver with clear and uranium. Shoot. I was hoping I had a little bit of a different rod over here. Hold on. Please tell me I have one. If not, I can manage. Nope, I don't. I'm going to have to manage. All right, so we're going to encase. Yeah, it's cool though, right? That's what silver does. All right, so we're going to stripe down now. Everywhere I'm putting this clear on, it's going to trap the silver. When I do the uranium, it's going to trap the silver too. I will check on that, Red Squeak. All right, let's trap the silver here. So the main thing is I'm trying to encase the clear onto this cobalt with the silver, but I'm not trying to get it in the flame. So I'm heating this, I'm not heating this. Because I don't want to burn all that silver off. So it's kind of, I call it the drip method. We're just kind of dripping the glass onto it. I know it sounds like an STD, right? The drip method, but that's the only thing I can think of. I'm sorry. It's the only way I can describe it. All right, one more. This is going to be a bigger marble for sure. All right. So now we got clear running all the way around. Kevin's book. There's the man of the hour. Kevin's book. If you are on TikTok and you are not following Kevin's book, you need to go follow Kevin's book. He's an amazing human being. He wrote a book about his adventures as a Homeland Security investigator for crimes against children. And to me, he's an American hero. So I think he's awesome. Yeah, my mother got me into this. I grew up with it. All right, we're going to add the uranium. And here we go. So we're going to stripe uranium down the same way. All the way to... I got to remember, so I have this habit when I'm doing these lines down here. It doesn't sound right either. When I'm putting the lines down, I don't breathe. I'm like holding my breath. Sleeper Outback, thank you so much for the jewels. I'm glad you're here too, Kevin. You are. I'm not kidding. Kevin is an American hero. I'll never back down from saying Kevin's a hero. I hate people who attack children. And Kevin defended that. And to me, that's the most noble thing you can do on this planet. Is protect the kids. So he will always be a hero in my book. Jonathan, thank you so much. Thank you for the jewels. And Creative Release Gifts, I got to do a big shout out for them. You got to go check out their TikTok here. Find some unique gifts. And you got Grove's Glass Gallery and Dragonfly Creation, who are doing glass blowing. And you have a rare opportunity to go watch people learn and progress. All that while I'm making a marble. All right, so we got the uranium on there, we got the clear on there, and it looks like a big old chili pepper, right? I know, I wish they did too, Melissa. All right, doesn't it look like a chili pepper? Yeah, that's like, I should have counted this one. Last night I had marbles in a honey pot, and there were 113 of them in there. I don't know how many are in this one. I probably have made like 300 of these uranium marbles. They're all little cool sizes. What's up, Daisy girl? And Wood Tiger's in the house. And of course, we got the infamous red squeak. All right, so we're going to take all this, we're going to heat it up, and we're going to swirl it around. And this is going to create a clear and uranium spiral. And here we go. So the first thing we're going to do is heat this section here and push it together. And it should create this really amazing spiral. Now, I'm going to let the audience vote. We can either keep it going in one direction, the spiral going in one direction all the way through, or we can reverse it. So we can go one direction one way and reverse it on the other direction on the other side. So I'm going to let you all vote. One direction or reverse. You guys decide. You get to make the call. I'm not going to make the call on this marble. You get to make the call. I'm going to let all of you decide. Right now, TikTok is saying reverse, reverse, reverse. Okay, wow, we got a lot of reverses. All right, we can do that. It's not even close. Both YouTube and TikTok are agreeing. All right. We will do that. You guys made the call, so we're going to do it. So I'm going to stretch it out just a little bit so we can get a nice reversal in there. All right, so we're going to do one side in one direction. So we're going to bring it out, start pushing it together, spiraling. I'll try and bring it over a little bit closer. There we are. So you can see a little bit of that spiral going. I'm trying not to nuke my hand while doing this. It's pretty damn close to the flame. So there's one direction. Then we're going to heat up on the other side, and we're going to flip it the other way. I'm going to bring it over here, and you're going to see me twisting the opposite direction. It's going to create this little wavy in the middle. Right there. All right, we're going to have to come back on this section and twist it up just a little more. Again, not breathing again. All right, so the next step is we're going to separate it here. We're going to start that twist, and we're going to pull it down a little bit. So we're going to create a nice little spiral right there. Nice and organic. Little smoky effect there. I know, I got to learn to breathe. I'm not doing it very well. All right, so I'm going to bring the light over so you can start to see the progress. And look at that. So you can see the patterning starting to happen in there. And that is the patterning that's going on from the front. Aren't those colors looking beautiful right now? All right. I need to grab something to drink real quick. This is going to take me just 30 seconds or so. I'm going to reset TikTok while we're doing that. I'm not logging TikTok off. I'm just resetting the violation. I'm going to grab something to drink. I don't know on YouTube. Sometimes when I take a break, it starts a little ad. So if you see an ad, I apologize, but it happens. Usually when it does, it's like 15, 30 seconds. But I definitely got to get something to drink. I am dying of thirst right now. Give me 1 second. And we'll finish this up. I promise we'll finish this up. Got to get my Yeti cup, though. This is like the best cup in the world. Love Yetis, right? All right, let's fix TikTok here. I'm sorry for drinking online. Normally I don't do this, but I am totally dehydrated. All right. Sorry about that. I know, breathe in, breathe out. Sounds like Mr. Miyagi. All right, let's finish this up. Oh, I needed that. All right, so here's the pattern one more time. That is looking absolutely freaking gorgeous. I can't wait to see this done. My Yeti to unscrew at times? Yeah, that's the hard part. But I will tell you, the reason I have the Yeti out here, because I have a lot of electrical equipment around here, keyboards and stuff, and my mouse. If it spills, I don't want it getting all over that stuff. Grace, everything is good with her. Thank you. Yeah, I definitely needed to get some liquid in me. All right, let's kick on the little fire. I knew that was coming, so that's why I needed to get hydrated a little bit. And let's make this into a beautiful marble. Beautiful. We're going to make it look beautiful. Or as when I was 3 years old, 2 or 3, I think my mother said I said beautiful. That was how I said beautiful. Beautiful. All right, let's get this thing nice and round. Oh, it's looking good too. I can't wait. It's got this really organic wave to it. I'm serious. It's got this really, really organic wave. I know it's super hot right now. You can't see it. I'm going to try and let it cool a little bit before we go any further. I like sharing the process with you. There we go. So I love sharing the process of as I'm going through this. If you don't like seeing that, type it in chat and I won't bring the stuff up to the screen anymore. I'm trying to be audience conscious. So I try to include you in all the processes. Rather than just stick my face in the flame and go to work and not say anything. Have I ever burned myself? No, I don't have any good burn stories. I don't. I don't have any good burn stories. My mom does, but I don't. You like seeing the different stages? Good. I'm kind of hoping that's the direction I want to take this channel. It's not a it's not a how to make it. It's a how it's made version. My philosophy is I kind of want to turn this channel into a how is it made, or how is it made, not how to make it. I'm not doing this to show glassblowers how to make a marble. I'm doing it to show the general public the stages of what happens. And make some happy little trees along the way. Because Bob Ross is my hero. Be like Bob. Always wondered how they put an opal in glass. Oh, I could tell you that. You want to know how they put opals in? That's a real easy one to answer. Adding opals is a super, super duper easy process. So it's not a real opal. First of all, they are lab created opals. Now there's nothing wrong with a lab created opal. But the lab-created opal uses the same material just about as Pyrex, like a borosilicate glass. And they manufacture the opal, they grow it. Because a natural opal, I think it has like 90% water in it. So if you went to go encase that, you'd vaporize it instantly. So use a lab-created opal. And there's two ways to do it. A, you can take a little opal, you could drop it in a tiny, tiny tube, about a 16 millimeter tube, and then heat around the bottom of it, and the opal gets encased in there. The other method is to insert the opal, encase it, and just build around it. Oh yeah, we could definitely do snowman heads. All right, here we go. Before we start going any further, this is that stage where we got the little spiral going. Again, I like showing that process. I wish I could keep that color. That orange color would be the most epic color in glass ever. And we're going to bring it back out. You're going to start to see that patterning happening. And again, it's going to be really beautiful uranium. There's silver, there's cobalt. Have I ever burned myself? I've gotten tiny burns, but nothing ever. Like I said, I don't have any good burn stories. I saw my mom get the worst burn I've ever seen on a glass blower. So that's what kind of corrected me from it. When I was very young, she got just the most horrendous burn. She was making a piece like this and it went to fall and she actually caught it, not tried. So it was molten like this, it fell and she caught it. And it landed in the palm of her hand. And that was probably the worst burn I've ever seen anybody have. Yep, it is definitely uranium. Can it be done with any other gemstones or crystals? Yes. So there are gemstones that can be encased. Believe it or not, diamond can be encased. The drawback with diamond is if you encase it, you won't see it again. It just literally, it disappears in there. You can encase meteorites, tektite, moldavite. I believe you can encase a sapphire. What's my favorite color? Amber purple. That's right. Bob Ross says, happy little marbles. I don't know, Wood Tiger. That's one of the things I really want to try and get is that orangey red. I think North Star just came out with a new transparent cadmium that looks very amazing. I'm going to have to get some and try it. All right, we're just getting a little wobble out of here. Look how smooth that is. It's just gliding through there. That is smooth. All right, I think this is looking good. I'm not seeing any big wobbles in it anymore. We're going to punt you to the other side because I know this has a little bit of a nub on it. And then we'll break it off and this marble will be done. Oh, thank you. I like making the stuff. I love demoing. I think this is amazing. Being able to teach this art or show people is like one of the best things I've ever had the privilege of doing. So now you can see that patterning going on. It's got the little eyeball center there. It's got some really cool colors bouncing through. And you guys decided to do that reversal. So it's going one direction there and the opposite direction there. And it has that little kind of flip in the middle. I love audience participation. I think that's amazing. When I have the opportunity to do it, like get input and you guys help design it. Yeah, real moldavite is expensive, correct. But you can encase it. That's all I'm saying. You can encase it. Tektite too. I haven't tried obsidian. I was thinking about trying obsidian. I have melted obsidian. I've melted obsidian, goldstone, and tiger's eye. Just to play with it. Do I ever work with dichroic? All the time. Yep. I don't use dichroic sheets anymore, really, though. I have dichroic powder. Dichro extract. All right, this marble may or may not fall off. If it does, everything's fine. I'm not in danger. But the marble is barely, barely, barely on there, so it may or may not fall off. The holding rod. Again, if it does, there's no danger. I'm all good. Yeah, this turned out really nice. And the uranium part of it is going to be intense because I used a very, very big swath of uranium in here. Yeah, it's good to go. That looks good. I don't see any flaws. Again, what I'm looking for are the light reflections off the ceiling and the wall. As I'm spinning it around, if I see a big wobble, like the light really jump, I know it's not round. If it stays pretty stationary, then the marble is round. How hot does one marble glow when it's white next to the eye from the heat? Oh, the marble's only probably like 2300 degrees. It's not super, super hot. And then we're going to tap. And then we got that little punty. This is the tool made by Dragonfly that you see. If you are a glass blower and you do not have this tool, you are missing out. You are absolutely missing out. Then I got to let it sit for a minute, because if I put it in there, it will eventually just roll on the hot spot. Every day. All day. I like it. Let's see if we can do the light one more time. It's got a little coolness to it. It's going to be harder to see, but yeah, it definitely has some wicked colors. There is a lot of uranium in this thing. It kind of looks like Jupiter. Kind of has that Jupiter vibe. Stay. Yeah, it definitely has that Jupiter vibe going. Yeah, it definitely, if I put it in the kiln while it's got that hot spot on it, it will for sure roll on the hot spot, just because it's me and it does that. I know a mini planet, definitely like a mini planet. Yeah. I was going to make the bee pen, but the theme is marbles right now, so I need to not do that and keep the marble theme going. But I do need to take a short break. It has been 2 hours, and I need to get up and stretch for a little bit. So give me a few minutes, about a half hour. I'll see if everything's good, and maybe come back and finish up the night with some marbles mania. But I definitely need to get up and stretch. It's one of the most important things you can do while glass blowing. Every couple hours, you got to get up. You don't want to get a blood clot. That's a bad thing. So, all right. I'll see you all in a bit. Kevin, I need to message you too. So I will contact you, Kevin, very soon here. Like, very quickly. All right. TikTok, I will see you in a little bit. and live. And YouTube, you have made my freaking night look so awesome. Thank you so much. And I will see you all in a little bit. Dragonfly, Red Squeak, everybody, thank you for helping out, of course, as always. And I'll see y'all in a little bit.